Yes, hope you are fine at your home. This corona pandemic, it is quite a new and unique situation for all of us, for you, for me, and for the whole system. The whole world is at stake, and we must be very, very cautious. But life mustn't stop. We have to keep moving on. It is already a long time, the whole month of Ramadan, we didn't have any touch, have any connection with you. So it is a new venture to arrange online classes for you. This is the first trial from my side. So I would like to welcome all of you to join today's class. Today's topic is, from the picture you can see two person is talking to one another, and from that you can guess today's topic is what? Dialogue writing. Yes, you have got it right. Dialogue writing, it is a very important part, important question in your subject, and it carries 10 marks. Look, there is an interesting thing about this, that is, you can get 10 out of 10. I repeat, 10 out of 10 in this question if you follow some criteria, some certain technique. In today's class, we will try actually to explore those techniques, those ideas, so that we do not miss a mark. First, what to know? What is dialogue? You can see that a dialogue is a literary technique in which writers employ two or more characters to be engaged in conversation with one another. In literature, it is a conversational passage or a spoken or written exchange of conversation in a group or between two persons directed towards a particular subject. So what we get? We get two persons talking to another, either in written form or in spoken form. Here I would like to make one thing very clear. Language, it is of two kinds, like written language and spoken language. Like as with the written languages have some certain characteristics. The same way, spoken language has its own unique features. Types of dialogues. There are two types of dialogues in literature and in language. Inner dialogue. In inner dialogue, the characters speak to themselves and reveal their personalities. To use inner dialogue, writers employ literary techniques like stream of consciousness or dramatic monologue. We often find such dialogues in the works of James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, and William Faulkner. The outer dialogue. Outer dialogue is a simple conversation between two characters used in almost all types of fictional works. We usually use this type for academic purposes. I'd like to draw your attention here. Outer dialogue. We got two types of dialogues. One is inner dialogue and another one is outer dialogue. Inner dialogue, a person speaks to himself. Outer dialogue, to another person or another group of person. We actually will try to explore this outer dialogue in today's session. Features of dialogue writing. Okay. First, greetings. In my later slides, I will try to explain all these things. Short forms, simple sentences, relevant, and the ending. This is the common features. I draw your attention here. When an examiner judges or evaluates your script, he looks for these elements, these features in your answer script. If you can, or if we can fulfill these criteria, then the examiner will be very happy and he will award you full marks. So what is greetings? Greetings refer to the general sayings or addressing people use in their day-to-day life to open or start a conversation. So what I said, greetings, that means exchange of warmth, we can say. When we open or start a conversation, we should start with saying something. So this is called greetings. For example, Assalamu alaikum, excuse me, how are you, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, etc. So I think you will have understood that what are greetings. Next, short form. This is very important. This is the most, I would say, this is the most important part of your dialogue. Look, as I have already said that spoken language has its distinct features. So this dialogue, as a representative of spoken language, it has some distinct features, and one of its clearest, most important feature is short form or contracted forms of verbs. What are these? Short form or contracted form means the merged form of auxiliary verbs with the subject of the verb or sometimes with another verb. So here you can see I am. This is the contraction or short form am. He is, his. You see here the contraction is happening with subject and the auxiliary verb. She is, she's. It is, its. You are, your. There, there. He is not. And similarly, the negative forms. I'm not, he is not, he is not. You see here, you got two types of short forms. Number one, he isn't or he is not. She is not, she isn't or she is not. Next, some more examples. I have, I've, he has, he is. I haven't, or I've not. You see, this way, she has not, it has. You see, this one, and in the previous slide you get its. They look the same, but they are not the same. We have, they have, they have. So this way, the short forms happen, and you have to use them. This is very important because this is the only visual feature that an examiner will find in your, will be looking for. So this is the one thing that is clearly seen. Just turning over the pages, coming to dialogue section, the examiner will find that whether you know this rule or not. Remember, this short contracted forms or short form, it is the most important feature of dialogue writing. Without it, your dialogue is completely incomplete. I repeat, completely incomplete. Why? I have told you earlier that this one is the distinct characteristics of spoken language. What comes next? Simple or short sentences. One of the basic component of dialogue is its use of short or simple sentences, as dialogue is a form of spoken discourse with its characteristics. In day-to-day life, while in conversation, we do not use long or complex sentences, so it is a must to use short or simple sentences to make the dialogue more authentic, more alive. One more thing to remember, we must not use long conversation at a time. Here, for example, I hope he waits on us soon. I have a class at 2 o'clock. These two sentences, the first sentence is very simple. I have class at 2 o'clock. The second sentence is very simple and short. You know, in our day-to-day life, while you talk to another person, while I talk to you or anyone in our daily conversation, we usually do not use complex sentences, or we usually do not use compound sentences. Most of the time, it is very important to avoid complex sentences in your dialogue. It is very essential because complex sentences is distinct characteristics of written language. Relevant topic. Here comes the interesting part. What is the relevance to the topic? In your question, there the topic may come, write a dialogue between you and your friend on the basis of the last ICC match between Bangladesh versus India. Now, here it is a cricket match. You have a wide range of opportunities to write. But what the question exactly wanted from you? The question setter exactly wanted you to write about the specific ICC match between India and Bangladesh. It is a cricket match, so whatever you write, you have to write the dialogue on the basis of your conversation must be on the basis of centering upon this match, not any other cricket match. As most of the time the students make mistake. They try to make it large, make it long, so that the examiner gives them more marks. But it is not the case. You should not make it lengthy with irrelevant things. While writing an imaginary dialogue, the common mistake we make is to go irrelevant. We must be relevant to the situation. We should not write anything irrelevant just to increase the volume of the dialogue. You should remember this. Ending. So, everything, all's well that ends well. You know this saying. So, it is very important to finish your dialogue in an expected manner. So, dialogue must end in a concluding way, and there should be some phrases like see you soon, Allah Hafiz, goodbye, or anything. That means it has to have a clear finishing point. I hope you have understood the thing. So I'm repeating again the parts of the features of dialogue. Writing. Greetings, short form or contracted form of verbs, simple sentences, relevance to the topic, and ending. So now we will jump to an example. Here, first, the situation you should focus on. Two foreign students are sitting at a counter in a restaurant waiting to be served. The waiter is very busy with other customers. After a few minutes, one student turns to other and speaks. So, we got the situation. Two students, foreign students, are sitting in a restaurant waiting to be served. Characters: Ali, one character you got, Ali, and another character is Maria. So let's go to the dialogue. Maria: good morning, Ali. How are you? Ali: good morning, Maria. I'm fine, thank you. It's good to see you here. You see how the dialogue started. Good morning, Ali. How are you? And Ali said, good morning, Maria. I'm fine, thank you. It's good to see you here. So this is the beginning. As I said, the greetings, good morning you find here, and how are you? So the next one, Ali is replying, good morning, Maria. I'm fine. So there is a gesture, exchange of warmth. Thank you. It's good to see you here. Maria then saying, but the service is really slow here. I've been trying to get the waiter's attention for the last 10 minutes. Ali: I hope he waits on us soon. I have a class at 2 o'clock. Maria: me too. I recognize that English book. You must be a student at the English Language Center. Ali: yeah, I'm in 4th course. Are you studying here? Maria: yes. I'm in 5th course. I took the 4th course last month. Ali: I just came here 2 weeks ago. Do you like the institute? So it's pretty good. I think I've learned a lot of English so far. Ali: yeah, I only wish the classes were a little smaller, though, because we do not get enough chance to talk. But I like my teachers a lot. You see, in this whole situation, all the sentences are simple and the sentences are short. And very important thing, the persons in this dialogue, they are not saying much words at a time. You see here, I hope he works on us. So here at the first phase of the dialogue. Maria is saying, but the service is really slow here. Simple, short sentence. I have been trying to get the waiter attention for the last 10 minutes. Another simple sentences, and it is reasonable sentence. So Ali in the next, I hope you were on us soon. I have a class at 2 o'clock. The situation, they are using short and small sentences. This way, we have to use simple and short sentences. The contracted form, here they have used contracted form here, here, and here. You see the short forms. And this way, if you write your dialogue, then you must get full credit, I must say. And some points to remember while writing a dialogue. Okay. When you first meet, it is impolite to talk about certain things such as salary, age, sex, and religion. Introduce yourself usually in an informal situation as the conversation develops. A simple introduction, by the way, my name is, generally considered sufficient. If a friend comes along and stops to talk, informally introduce him or her to the person you are talking to. Very important. You two are talking, but another person came in and you do not know him, or the other person doesn't know him. So introduce him to the other person you are talking to. It is helpful to provide some information about each of them so that each will know what your relationship to the other person, have some information which to begin a conversation. When you are introduced to someone informally, we usually respond with nice to meet you, or hi, how are you, how do you do. These are the expressions you should use when you are being introduced to someone. So generally how do you do. Okay, I hope, my dear cadets, you have understood well. Yet in our portal there are options for you to interact, and once you see this video, you must give some comments, and if you do not understand anything, please let me know through that portal. Till then, Allah Hafiz, and one very important thing, stay home, stay safe.